guys, today I'm going to be answering the question and talking about the worry of, am I bothering her or am I annoying her? And this is a very common worry that can come at any stage in dating. It could be when you want to interact with someone offline. It could be when you're online dating. It could be when you're texting. This worry comes up at any given point, right? So I want to make sure I talk about this because it's a very common worry for a lot of my clients. Rightfully so, because you don't want to make someone feel that way. Even if you're not intentionally doing so, you just want to make sure they're having overall good experience. So before I get into that, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm Ruby Love, a dating coach for the good intentioned gentleman. Alrighty, so let's get into figuring out if you are bothering or annoying her. The first thing I want to talk about, and an action step for you to see if you're actually bothering her or annoying her, is observing her. You guys, I'm pretty sure if you really think about it, it becomes quite obvious when someone doesn't want to talk to you, right? They give you one-word answers. They don't respond at all. Text messaging, they completely disappear. They don't answer you for days. When you're speaking with them in person, they seem really distracted. They're looking away. They're not giving you any sort of information to have a conversation. It is very obvious when someone just is not wanting to continue a conversation with you. It actually becomes quite obvious. Normally when my clients have this worry, none of those signs are showing. They're just naturally worried about it. So be careful of overthinking. Be really careful of nitpicking every little thing and transforming it into thinking she's being bothered, right? If she's texting you and says, yeah, I'm gonna be busy for the next couple months just because I have this really big interview coming up. Sorry. Even if it is next couple months or next couple weeks, she states that she's busy. That all of a sudden doesn't mean, oh no, should I not text her because I might bother her, right? No, she's just telling you about what's happening in her life, right? And that actually leads to number 2. Before I get into that, like I said with number 1, just observe her behavior. And if you just observe, once again, it is obvious. It's obvious, all right? Because here's the thing, which is number 2. Every person, just like you, has the right and the power to walk away, to say no, to say they don't want to talk, to not answer you. I'm pretty sure you've been in conversations before with people you just don't get along with, you don't want to have a conversation with. So what do? You disengage, you fall back, you don't really ask questions, right? Because at the end of the day, we all have the power to control our own behaviors and our own actions. Right, so just know that if women don't want to talk to you, they don't. They just don't, right? And if you ever feel confused about it, you can ask. So going back to the example of if a woman says she's going to be busy for the next couple weeks and you don't want to bother her, so you just want to understand how much you can text her, if you can still date, ask. If she says she's going to be really busy studying for an exam and needs a little space right now, ask her what that means. Ask her, is it okay if I, text you in a couple of days? Or is it okay if we still text or see each other? I just want to be clear. That's it. Just be honest and ask. Do not take one thing and transform it into something else and all of a sudden think you're bothering her. If you don't know, just ask her. And once again, you'd be surprised with how honest people are. The reality is, if you don't want to bother that girl in the grocery store, you ask her a question. If she doesn't want to be bothered, guess what? She's going to say so. She's going to say, sorry, too busy, can't answer you, or she'll walk away. Remember that people have that power. And if they don't really show that, if they're actually talking to you and they're responding to you and they're asking questions and they seem pretty lively and they're reciprocating it, don't think too much into it. Don't self-sabotage. That's what tends to happen with this kind of worry. Take everything for what it is and continue the conversation. And if you don't know or if you're confused on what it means, ask. That is it. And then the last point I want to make with number 3 is reflecting on your own behaviors. And ask yourself, right? Ask yourself if you have this kind of desire to text her all the time, to wonder what she's doing, like where is that coming from? Honestly, only someone can feel bothered if they feel very suffocated and pressured, and normally that only happens when you yourself you're feeling this negative emotion, this feeling that then creates this kind of reaction where you're bombarding her with all these texts and you're asking her a bunch of questions. Where are you? Why aren't you answering me? That's rude of you not to respond to me. All those kind of things. And most of you guys, most of my clients don't do that. You always err on the side of really respecting someone's time. But I just want to share with you, that's normally kind of the actions that start bothering women. When you're asking personal questions like, where do you live? I don't think you guys would ask that, but that's where it becomes obvious and, you might be bothering her. But what I'm saying is it's important to reflect on yourself and your behaviors. Do you feel like you're a bother? What is your intent? Do you feel like you're an annoying person? If you think that, that's something internal for you to work out and not for you to worry if someone thinks that. Because at the end of the day, we're humans and everyone or someone is going to misinterpret and misunderstand us. But what's important is for you to ask yourself, when you're asking these questions, you're curious. When you're wondering these things about her, you want to get to know her. When you're texting her, good luck on your interview or exam, you're just wanting to give a positive note to her. If that's the case, you're fine. You are fine. And if she doesn't like that, then that means she's just not compatible with you. But you're not doing it coming from a place of trying to suffocate her or be clingy to her. You're not. So if you really feel like you are simply approaching this woman because you're curious about her and you want to ask her, what her thoughts are on this product that you're looking at, no, don't worry about being a bother. It's more important to remember what your intent is, to feel confident in that, and that is that. All right, guys, I hope that helps alleviate the kind of worry on if you're feeling like if you're a bother or not. Just know and remember this, reflect on yourself, and if you ever feel confused, ask her. And then as I said, as the first point is, it actually is pretty obvious. If someone doesn't want to talk to you, they will not talk to you. And that's that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.